Good morning, guys. I'm audible.
Good morning, ma'am. Yes, you're audible.
Yeah, fine. Thank you. Yeah, yesterday done that installation. Okay. Today is the first class after installation. After installation, first class means we'll be open one with as per the document, we'll continue. Lakshmi Bhagya, are you interested to continue join the classes? Please register your name in DurgaSoft and also log in with the proper mobile number. Who are interested to join to continue classes, please log in with the proper mobile number. Please. Right.
So in Google, that the software documentation is
Sorry.
available or after in the Google Drive that yesterday you provided the document right for installation.
Yeah.
So after registration, I'm able to download that one, right?
Yes, exactly. Lakshmi.
Okay.
Mm. Talent, interview questions, best practices, additional information. Okay. Very first is what is the source and what is the target. This is the talent current version. Current version are using. Uh, Mostly all the companies are using as of now, not yet migrated to that 8.0.1. 7.3.1 is the current version, are using 95% of the projects. 95% of the projects. Very less of the projects is continue with 7.1.1. 7.1.1, and this is a updated latest version, not yet migrated. All the projects mm, need to take the 6 months to 1 year time to migrate this, but as of now using the 7.3.1 version. Okay, then next, what is the source system and target system in our project? If you are allocated to that project, multiple projects you are allocated. Some projects follow the pipeline. Source is file, target also file. Source is file, so target also file. Some projects pipelines are source is file, target is database. And some projects are pipeline is source is database, target is file. And some projects are the pipeline is source is database, target also database. This is only the source and a target. So these are the four different ways the projects are followed. The ETL projects are followed the pipelines. Might be source is file, target also file. Might be source is file, target is database. Might be source is database, target is file. How to do? Okay, let's discuss. Okay, very first, yesterday done that installation, right? After installation, what do you do? After installation, very first step is create the DB connections. After installation, your very first step is create the DB connection. In real time, entire installation process done by your talent admin guy, talent admin, right? Entire installation, they will provide that installation. After installation, DB connections, all software settings set up by your admin guy, or yeah, admin person only have the details, know the details. Okay. Very first step is DB connection. How to take the DB connections? Right click, select the DB connection, right click, create connection, connection name, give the connection name. Then next, click on next. Only there are only two steps. First step is see 1/2, means only two steps. The first step is give the connection name, and the second step is select the database. These are the databases are supported. Talent supported. These are the databases. Oracle with service name. Click on this. Then give your credentials. I'll provide the credentials for you. It's a lifelong credentials. Mm, If
Most,
you are,
most of the companies using the Oracle database are using, or
yeah,
any databases.
most of the projects are using that Oracle database. Very rarely are using the MongoDB. Very rarely.
Oh,
Pharma, yeah.
MS SQL Server.
Mm,
MS SQL Server.
Yeah, MS SQL Server also. MS SQL and Oracle database. MySQL is very common. Oracle database and MySQL. Very rarely are using the MongoDB. MongoDB, if the file is JSON file, they are using that MongoDB JSON file formats.
Okay.
That's very rare. Only the US based companies, the pharma companies, pharma projects only. All bank projects, if you are allocated to that bank projects and retail projects, are using that Oracle DB, MySQL, MS SQL. Okay, Oracle with service theme. Service name, executable. Check the connection. Connection successful. Click on OK, then finish. One more time. Right click, create connection. Give the connection name. Give the connection name. Then click on next. We are using the database mostly for cross-check the data. The data is, we are properly loaded the data on it. For unit testing purpose, are using the data in the database. Or concentration completely on transformations. And interview perspective also asking that completely on transformations. And very last question asking that only one or two questions asking data warehouse related questions. Most of that transformations, because ETL is working on the data flows on the depends on transformations. Okay, this step is very clear for everyone. Oh, database settings. Check the connection. Connection successful. Yes. Then click on finish. This is the very first step. After that, your work will be started. This is entire the process till now, yesterday till now. This process is done by your talent admin. In real time, talent admin guy configure to that entire the talent, how to open the talent tool. They'll guide you. Okay. After that, you are receiving a file. How to read the file? How to read the delimited files? How to read the delimited files? Okay. We will receive the different kinds of the files like delimited files, XML files, Excel files, JSON files, and positional files. Delimited files, positional files, XML files, Excel files, and JSON files. And most of the companies are follows most of the projects, especially ETL. I worked on the different MNCs companies, and I worked on the different projects also. In my experience, I use it mostly delimited files only, because these delimited files are very helpful. The transformations of data very fast, and load the data also very fast. Delimited files. delimited file. So that's why the all the projects are mostly 90% are mostly are using the delimited files. Okay, how to read the delimited files? Either read the delimited files is comma separated or semicolon or dollar or whatever it is. Whatever it is, how to read the delimited files? Very simple. Select this one, right click, create file delimited. Create file delimited. Let me open the file first. Let me open the file. I'll provide all files, number of practice files in the tab. Yesterday given the link. All the files, practice files, sample files are provided you for practicing purpose. Okay. Very first, select the file name. Yes. Right click, edit with Notepad++. Edit with Notepad++. This is a delimited files, either comma or semicolon or colon or dollar or hash symbol, whatever it is. Okay, this is a delimited file. Okay, how to read the delimited files? How to bring this file into the talent tool? This is a local Windows. Our file is saved in our Windows. A business team sent the file through mail. Business team send the file through mail. Also, there are the 2 or 3 ways to send business team send the file. The one way is business team send the file through mail, and the second way is we are maintain the one shared path, shared path. The business team kept the file in shared drive, shared path. We will download the file and read the file. And another team is FTP, file transfer protocol. Later we'll discuss that. The FTP. They'll keep the file into that FTP for FTP, and we are download that file from FTP. Okay, how to do later classes, further classes, we'll discuss all this. Okay, as of now, let's assume your business team send the file. The business team send the file through mail. You downloaded the file, and the download files goes to the download section. Okay, how to bring the file from Windows to Talent tool? From Windows to Talent tool. Okay, come to open the Talent tool. Right click, file delimited. Give the file name. The very first step is give the file name. Naming conventions are very important. As a best developer, naming convention, very first step, check the naming conventions. Naming conventions as a best developer. See? As a best developer, we best practices. Naming conventions. Naming conventions is the very first step. And follow the, as a best developer, these are the 9 best practices as a best developer. Okay. Very first is a naming convention. Then click on next and browse the file. Where is the file? The file is in our Talent Software 12M folder, sample files. Star. Star means all files are visible. This is our file. Select this one, then click on open. Click on next, and here the default field separator is semicolon. This is also one of the interview question. And what is the default field separator? The default field separator is semicolon. It is also, what is the default field separator? The default field separator is semicolon. Okay. Default field separator. But our source file, what is the delimiter is our source file? Comma is the delimiter. Drop down box, select the comma, and corresponding character is also comma. If the field separator is like hash or some other field separator, some hash symbol or dollar or percentage or whatever it is, select the customization, custom UTF-8, select this one and give the field separator, either hash or dollar. Sorry, dollar. Where is the dollar? Dollar, like this one. So but our source file is comma is field separator. Source file, comma is a field separator. Then next, this file have that header. This file, they'll provide the header or not. They'll provide the header or not. Okay, they'll provide the header. Then enable the header. Just refresh. Refresh. The file comes format the tabular format. Then click on next. Yep. Talent automatically gets the data types. Talent automatically gets the data types. You don't worry about the talent automatically gets the data types based on the data, because the previous step this is the data type. Data already talent read the data, right? Based on this data, and then next step automatically gets the data types. Automatically gets the data types, and you should change the length. Change the length. Okay. Then click on finish. This process is completely how to read the file. Delimited file. Only we have 4 steps to read the file. First step is give the file name. First step is how to read the file, how to create the file, or how to read the file. Asking the question, how to read the file. If you have total IT experience is 6 years. On talent, you have only 2 years of experience. This kind of the questions they are asking. Total IT is 6 years experience, but the talent is only 2 years. This kind of the questions they are asking. How to read the file? First step is give the file name. Second step is browse the file. Third step is set the delimiter. And the fourth step is give the proper data types and change the lengths. Then file is created. And which component they are using to create the file? T file input delimited. See which component is created. Okay, job design. Create the job underscore J underscore. In real time also same J underscore or job underscore. J underscore. The naming convention is first starts with a job underscore or J underscore. Then file name. Then file name or no. Then job name. What is the perspective of this job? Then give the job name. Okay, like for example, file to then click on finish. Right? Create this. This is our designer window. This is our designer. This is a file, right? Here. Drag and drop. Once we are drag and drop, it's asking the component T file input delimited. What is the meaning of T file input? This icon is called component. This icon is called component. Okay. This icon is called component. Double click this one. See. T file input delimited. Talent file. This is input delimited file. Okay. This icon is called component. This icon is called component. Okay. Then next, this is a source. Source always the data flows from source to target, left hand to right hand. Target is database, drag and drop. Oracle output. The naming conventions also very easy to understand to you. Who are non-IT background or IT background, who are switching to one domain to another domain. The naming conventions are very easy. Very easy. Okay, the data flows from source to target. Source to target. Okay, now how to configure the database? To configure the database is very simple. Just give the table name. Just give the table name here. Just give the table name. EMP table. What is the today date? 10 10, 20, 24. We'll discuss all these options. Once we discussed one component thoroughly, entire the 45 days and real time as well, the same components, the same naming conventions and the color icon colors also same. Icons colors also same. There is no confusion. In training, one type of that icons we saw, and in real time, other types of the icons we can see, we will face. I'm confusion really. You don't think about that. Whatever we are training, which components are colors and how to drag and drop. The same in real time also, drag and drop and same color icon and same configuration. Everything will be same in training sessions and in real-time sessions also. Loaded, the data loaded, source to target. The data loaded, source to target. Okay. Then next, this is how the data loaded from source file to target. Then next, how the data loaded database to database. Database to database. Right. Each and every process, each and every one will create the job, new job. J underscore job underscore table to table. Then click on finish. Okay, 1 second. Battery is very low. Give the 1 minute of time. Where is my charger? Yeah, perfect. Okay. Okay, how to get the data from the database? How to get the data from the database? Okay, and from how to get the data from the database? They will the application team, and they'll send the mail. Enter the details. What is the table name? Which table we are extracting from the database? In database, have a number of tables. Let's see. Retrieve schema. Retrieve schema. Then click on next. And what is our database name is? This is a username, right? System is our username. Click on system. And these are the number of tables are available in database, main database, base database. And which table, as per the client requirement, which table need to be processed. They'll set the table name also. Just now select the table name. As of now, just now we are creating the table name. Okay. The same way, we are also get the database from the same way. Select the table name. This base database have the number of tables and which table need to be processed. Which table need to be processed. And select the table name. They'll say that which table need to be processed. They'll select the table name. Then click on next. Then finish. That's it. That's it. This is a table name. Table. Drag and drop. Now, which one? Which option? The Oracle input. The Oracle input. Input data. And target is also database. The Oracle. The data flows from input to output. Input, output. I said already, right? The data flows from left to right, left to right, input to output. Now give the connection. Okay, this is the connection. Okay. Now configure this one. Now run the job. You see, right? And one more beauty is double click this one. One more beauty of this, double click this one. See, query also generated, automatically generated the query. Automatically generated the query. Select a statement. Copy. Let's see. Cross check. Query also automatically generated. Once we are drag and drop the table, query also automatically generated. Which columns? Yeah, for cross check the schema purpose, which we run it, select and run. See the data. So it's very easy and user friendly tool. Very easy and user friendly tool. Okay, this is how the data flows from table to table. Database means database to database. How to load the data, database to database. Sometimes what happens, we are receiving that huge data. We are receiving that huge data from MySQL server, MySQL database, and migrate to that. This data will send to the Oracle database. Oracle database. In such cases, also use the same. We are retrieving the schema. We are retrieving the schema, select the database and retrieving the schema and load into that Oracle database. MySQL to Oracle database. Oracle database. Who are that very new joining to that new initial times, some companies are some okay, migrate this data to that database. They'll give that KT also as well. But how to do, you will also well known, right? How to move the data from one database to another database. This is the way to move the database, one database to another database also, and same database. Okay, then next source is file, target is file, right? Okay, as of now completed. Source is file, target is database, source is database, target also database. Now file to file, how to load the data, file to file. How to load the data, file to file. Create the job underscore employee, file to file to file. Okay, then click on finish. This is the data, right? File. Okay, T file input limited. Source is file and the target is also file, right? There are the two ways, three ways, especially three ways to bring the file, to bring the component, to call the component. There are the three ways to call the components. A very first way, very easy way as a best developer, how to call the components. I'll see. I'll let you know. Okay. Very first step, very first one. Okay. Someone type here. You know the component name, T file output, right? T file output delimited, drag and drop. This is the one way. Okay, this is the one way. And another way is another way is one second. Reset. File, click on file, palette section. This is called palette section. All components are available in palette section. File, output, and select that T file output delimited. Drag and drop. This is the second way. Second way. And third way, as a best practices, as best developer, and most of that or use most will be follow the. This is the step. This in the designer window. Click on anywhere, left click on anywhere, start typing T file as a best developer. And you should be also follow the continue as the same T file output delimited. Click on anywhere here, start typing. Start typing. Okay, you'll get the component name. You will get the component name. Okay, T file output delimited. T file output delimited. Now give the connection. Give the connection. Okay, double click this one. Okay, how to configure? How to configuration very easy. And we are configure one component thoroughly. We will learn one component thoroughly. Entire the training sessions, the same option will be used. Where you want to store this file in your local. Where you want to store this file in your local. Just click on three dots here, file name, choose the path where you want to store. I want to store this my local desktop, temp folder, emp file, emp file dot csv, extension of the file. Then next include header. This file have that header. Okay, include header. And then next advanced settings, uncheck this option. What happens if you are forgot uncheck this option? If you forgot, just you did only file path and include header. And also customer wants what is the delimiter, file delimiter. You sometimes as requested, customer requested, I want comma separated or I want semicolon separated and give the separators here. Okay, what happens if here, this is the four steps actually. The first step is choose the file. Second one, what is the delimiter? Third one, include header. And fourth one is uncheck this one. If you have forgot uncheck this option, what happens? We'll see. I forgot this, uncheck this option. Now run the job. Let's see. Okay, I want to job run successful, right? Okay, I want to the same job run and one more time. We can run multiple times in the designer window. We can run the job multiple times in one designer window. Because we are a developer, we'll do the transformations. We have all the rights. As a developer, have that all accessible. How we can run multiple jobs, we can run one job in multiple times. Whatever that rights we have, all developers have that all the rights, all authorities to develop the job. Okay, see what happens. So again, we are run the job one more time. The file throw and the file already exists. File already exists. What do you do? Then what is the next step? Throw an error. Please uncheck in advanced settings. Throw an error if the file already exists. The option is available in advanced settings. Right? So this is another step. Advanced settings. Uncheck this option. Don't forget. And number of the students are forgot this option and run the job, and they will get the error. How to resolve the error? Now run clearing. Right? Job ran successful. Okay. Then next, what is the append option? What is the append option? We'll see. Now first check the data. Then we'll see that append option, desktop, temp folder, employee file, right? How many records? 16,908 records set. First one is a header. So 16,908 records. And what is mean by append option? What is mean by append? What is mean by append? Append means add the new data to that existing data. Add the new data to that existing data. Like for example, this is the data I have. And append means add the new data to that existing data. This is existing data. Add the new data to that existing data. It's called append. Like this file already have the 16,908 records. Okay. Tomorrow you will receive one more file, and those data also add to that existing file. How to do? Just click on append option. Now see, run the job. Let's see how many records. This is it. Yeah. The file has been modified by another program. Yes. Now see how many records. Previously it's 19,000. See now 32,000. Right? That is meant by append option. If you want to fresh data, everyday fresh data, load it to that everyday fresh data and remove this one. This option will be used only for that requirement only. Add the data to that existing data. In such scenarios, only use this option. Okay. Then next one. Yeah. See. Uncheck that option. You will get that only fresh data. Okay. Now see, job done successful, 16,000. I think before it's 90,000, right? I removed that append option. Now see only 16,000. 908 records. 908 records, right? Well, this is. And the next one is, we are already done. Source is file, target is file, source is file, target is database. Source is database, target is file. Okay, very simple. Source is database, target is file, right? Okay. Create the job underscore, employee table to, employee file. Table to file, database to file. This is the database. We have the data, Oracle input. How to call the component? As a best practices, as a best developer, to call the component, right, left click anywhere in the designer window. This window is called a designer window. And start typing T file output delimited. Now give the connection. Just one-to-one job. This is double click. If you learn one component thoroughly, the same options will be continue the entire, right? Okay, the very first step is naming path, where you want to store the file. I want to store this file in my local mp.csv. Then click on open. Yes, what is the field separator? Give the field separator. Would like to give that colon and include header, advanced settings, and check this option. Only 4 steps. Where you want to store the file, what is the field separator, and this file have that header or not, and advanced settings, and check this option. And we have one more option is there, compress as a zip file. If you are loading the file is huge GB, use MB. Here you want to zipping the file. How to give the zipping the file? Just enable this one. The file as a zipping file. Just now run the job. It's created as a zip file. Okay. In further classes, I'll let you know how to give the password to the zip files, encrypted files. See, EF2. Just now we have created 849. Extract. Right. How much? Previously, it's a 588 KB. We are zipping the file, only 4 KB. How to zip the file? Edit to notepad plus yes. Yeah, see the data, right? Yeah, these are the 4 systems. All the projects are followed. Some projects. The projects are followed. These are the 4 systems. Source systems and the target system. Okay. And tomorrow will be continue that another topic. Okay. Till now, clear everyone? Is there any doubt? Any cross questions? I hope it's clear, everyone.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Clear.
Yeah. Okay. Whoever not yet be done that registration and installation process, please do that as soon as possible. Our classes will be continuous there without any breaks. Okay. If you are delaying this registration process, you will not catch up to that upcoming classes because the classes are pending, right? Whatever you are practicing, where initial classes are very important to understand the pipelines, to understand the flow and to understand the pipelines. Initial classes are very important. Initial classes are very perfect to you, very perfect to you. After 10th class, you will be perfect as well. Okay, as soon as possible, register. Who are not yet to be done. Okay, then. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for joining. Yeah, bye-bye. Tomorrow we'll meet the same time. Once completed your registration and let me know, you know my mobile number, right? And I'll send one WhatsApp group to add the group. I'll add your number in the group. The further classes, any drives, any interviews, or any further information related to your interview perspective, or any perspective you have any doubt or any error, and we'll sort of communicate with you through WhatsApp group. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for joining. Tomorrow we'll meet the same time. Bye-bye.